Good day. I've been in Kashmir since the last few days. I have met up with a lot of people. What I want to share in this video is my assessment of my being in Kashmir under three heads. One is what is the future of Omar Abdullah government? Second, I'll talk about the Kashmir sentiment. And the third, I'll put Kashmir in a geopolitical context. Let me start with the first one. Now it is very clear that the people of state of this union territory they have voted overwhelmingly for national conference, something that even Omar Abdullah wasn't expecting for three reasons. One, this is a vote by the people of Kashmir against the Modi government at the center, a clear rejection of what they did on 5th of August 2019. There should be no doubts about this. Second, despite all the problems, anxieties, fears, and worries that the Kashmiris are going through. They still want jobs, they still want to live. So they want an accessible administration. That is not possible when you have a lieutenant governor with a few advisors. He is not available really to the common man. So the need was for a government, for a chief minister, his MLAs, to whom the people could reach out with their day-to-day problems. And the third reason is Omar Abdullah, right through his campaign, maintained that if he came to power, his first order of business will be to seek restoration of 370. Now, people in this union territory are political savvy. They have gone through a lot of ups and downs. They understand that Omar Abdullah, as the chief minister, cannot do much about 370. It is something that only the Modi government at the center can do. But they were expecting that if he became the chief minister, then his first order of business or his first resolution in the assembly would be seeking a restoration of 370. So today Omar Abdullah is the chief minister. I have seen, and the people of this state, of this union territory have seen what he has done or said in the first 4 days, which gives a very clear roadmap of what to expect from this government in the months ahead. I'll give you a couple of examples. One, the moment he wins the vote, he forgets about 370 and he tells the media that my priority is to make this union territory a state. Two, it is the lieutenant governor and not the chief minister which allocates the portfolios to the ministers. Exceptional. Three, the chief minister has a cabinet meeting, he passes a resolution there on making the union territory a state, but it is kept under wraps. This is done in the cabinet, not in the assembly. And after full 1 day, it is the LG's office that passes the news to the media, splashed in the newspapers, the local newspapers, which says that the recommendation of the chief minister has been accepted by the LG to make the union territory a state and forwarded to the central government. Again, unprecedented. Next, in his first meeting as the chief minister, he is talking about only development, that what are the projects, what needs to be done. This state is not normal. You would expect, I keep saying state because it was a state for so many years. The problem is this union territory is not normal. Now, this is something you expect from the chief minister to talk about. And when we talk of normalcy in the union territory, we are talking about three fundamental things. First, the police should be under the chief minister, which it is not. The police will remain if it becomes a state with the governor and firmly in control with the Ministry of Home Affairs. I have no doubts about it. Number two, when we talk of normalcy in the union territory or state, we are talking about a certain freedom of the media does not exist here. I have experienced it myself in the first 2 days itself. So many unnecessary questions being asked for such an innocuous visit. Now, there are very senior press people in the union territory. In fact, in Srinagar, they reached out to me and they told me that they are jobless. Why? Because they are unable to do their job. because they give priority to the security of their own families. Because there is police, there are intelligence agencies. The long and short is the freedom of press is certainly not there. Number three, any normal union territory or state should have a vibrant or at least a bit of active civil society. What we have today in Jammu and Kashmir, the human rights groups are banned, unions are banned, lawyers union is banned, NGOs are banned, and I don't think the chief minister will have much to do with this. You see, the point is Omar Abdullah has accepted to work within a framework which has been created for him by the Modi government. For everything that he would want, he'll have to approach them to get it. It is the people who made him the chief minister, but he's actually dependent on the union government for everything. And so I don't know how he can deliver to the people. And think of it, even the BJP seems to be very frustrated with the results of the assembly elections. In my assessment, they were certainly expecting to make some inroads, something like 5 to 8 seats in Kashmir, and they've drawn a blank here. Because if they had got 5 to 8 seats, this is my hypothesis, which I wish to share. And given the seats that they have got in Jammu and plus the 5 which are there with the LG, perhaps they would have been able to form a government of their own. Think of that scenario in a Muslim majority union territory of India, the only one. There would have been a chief minister, a Muslim, but a chief minister who accepts the BJP ideology. It would have been a big high for the Modi government. Such a high that it would have felt confident then to talk with Pakistan, something that it cannot do right now. Because when you see the Modi government, what they have done in the last 10 years, they've always been in an election mode from one election to the other election. And their trump card has been their ideology. And as long as that remains the trump card, Pakistan has to remain the enemy. I mean, this is my hypothesis. I just thought I'll share. So basically, what we are looking at today, even if the union territory becomes a state, even if a few more powers are given to Omar Abdullah by the Modi government, political uncertainty will remain because this is not a normal thing of what has happened in the union territory. Now let me talk about the second thing I said, which is the Kashmir sentiment. Now, everybody in this state has their own sense or own meaning of what is this Kashmir sentiment. I understand what they are talking about. But let me share it with the viewers in my own way. The first, of course, is the Pakistan factor or hopes on Pakistan that the people of Kashmir have. Many people told me that, look, Pakistan cannot do much for us. Pakistan is bankrupt and has so many problems. We are better off here. I know that is not the truth. I know that they are genuinely angered, they are genuinely troubled by the way that Imran Khan is being treated in Pakistan. About that, I'm very clear. Because Imran Khan in Kashmir has assumed a larger than life image, something that no Pakistani prime minister or president in recent memory has achieved. But having said that, the people of Kashmir have a very strong connect with Pakistan for two reasons: religious and historical. Now, people can keep talking in Delhi and elsewhere that, look, the government of India has done a lot in Kashmir. A lot of money has been spent on infrastructure. Of course, it has been spent. The BJP government has done a lot. Of course, the BJP government has done. Nobody is denying all that. That there has been investment in infrastructure in this union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. But what is underplayed is the fact that there are also 80,000 graves of militant terrorists, call them what you may, by whatever name, today in Kashmir. And these graves are Pakistan's investment in Kashmir. This is the religious angle. Many people here I spoke with, they confirmed to me that the graves of the militants, the Pakistani militants, they are better maintained than perhaps the graves of their kith and kin. So this is the connection that we are talking about. This is one part of the Kashmir sentiment, that the connect with Pakistan. See, let's face the reality. It remains. Now, the other fact is that look, Kashmir today, even if the government of India says we do not want to abide by the United Nations Security Council resolutions, we are quite happy to bypass the Shimla agreement that talks of bilateralism. Okay, but the fact is that Pakistan and China today, they are in physical occupation of Kashmir. This cannot be denied. Now, not only are they in physical occupation, by what the Modi government did mindlessly, I believe, on the 5th of August 2019 and the events that followed. Today, Pakistan and China, they have come so close to one another, which would have been unknown or unimaginable before 5th of August 2019. In my assessment, they are in a very tight political, military, and strategic embrace. Let me talk the military bit with a bit which I have spoken in my other videos, but I need to say a bit in this one as well. Even today, I hear here in Kashmir from the military people say Pakistan threat, China threat. No, there is nothing called Pakistan threat. There's nothing called China threat today because of what the government did. There is only one threat, and that is the combined threat. Now, does this mean a combined threat that both Pakistan and China will start a war together with India? No, it does not mean that. What it means is that even if there is a war, God forbid, a war of India with Pakistan, there will be a overwhelming availability of PLA assets to Pakistan. And all the military people will understand this. Let me just give out four of them. There is something called interoperability, which exists between the Pakistan military and the PLA. Then there will be interchangeability. Then, if there is a conflict or a war with Pakistan, rest be assured that the assets of the Indian military, which are poised towards the line of actual control with China, assets is the weapon platforms as well as the human beings. It will be impossible to pull them out to bring to the Pakistan frontier for the simple reason that there will be a lot of hot activity, in the sense that the LAC will heighten up. Nobody will be able to pull those assets here. You see, and the next one is China has a lot of non-kinetic assets in the form of cyber, in the form of space capabilities, non-kinetic capabilities, all that will be available to Pakistan. And I have no hesitation, and I'm quite happy to discuss this with any military man, that Pakistan today, because of the events of 5th August 2019, and with the support of the PLA, it has a decisive edge over the Indian military. This is the reality today. Now, let me now go to the last thing that I said. I'll put Kashmir in a geopolitical context. Now, geopolitical context sounds like a very big word. Let me simplify that. It simply means that China today has become in the world what is called a great power, which it wasn't. This is geopolitics, global geopolitics, in very simple words. And there are today in this multipolar world only three great powers, which are America, China, and Russia. And when we say a great power, China, or any great power, I say they have two attributes. What are they? First, a great power has the capability to influence events anywhere in the world. That is a great power. Second, a great power is one which on which no pressure, no outside pressure, no higher authority exists which can compel that country to review or to rewrite its policies and actions. There is no higher authority over a great power. And this is what China has become today. Why am I saying all these things? I'm saying all this that because China long shadow is there over our region. This is a reality which has to be accepted and now translated into what it means for Kashmir. I will explain that. When 2019 happened, Pakistan went ballistic. We know Imran Khan, then Prime Minister, Army Chief Bajwa, General Bajwa, they both rushed to Beijing. President Xi Jinping gave a personal audience to Army Chief General Bajwa and he told him that, look, let me handle this part. Don't go into a war or a conflict, although you have downgraded already your relations with India, but don't do anything more. Focus on the development. That is what is required. And that is precisely, they took the advice of the Chinese because the Chinese had taken upon themselves to talk of peace with Prime Minister Modi, which Xi Jinping did. President Xi Jinping, in his second inaugural meeting with Prime Minister Modi in Chennai in October 2019, he brought up the subject about the triangular peace between India, Pakistan, India, China, and Pakistan, China, of course, is there. So, Kashmir is central to this. Why is Kashmir central? Because earlier Pakistan, before they got this big advice, a sensible advice from the Chinese, they had maintained that our core issue is Kashmir. But they have changed their position. They are saying Kashmir remains the core issue, but we are happy to talk with India with Kashmir as one of the issues in the overall framework. This is their position today. And of course, the Modi government is not willing, has completely rejected the position, or they don't want to talk with Pakistan because they have very openly said that the only thing they want to talk about is how to get back Pakistan occupied Kashmir and how to end the proxy war. Nothing more than that on Kashmir, which of course is not real. So the point I'm making is that plenty has happened between India and China. This is not really the video to go in those details. The long and short is that our relations are at all-time low, India-China relations, and when we say that the Chinese have patience, even patience has limits. Because after all, every tunnel at the end of the tunnel must have light. The tunnel has to be limited tunnel. It cannot be unending. I would like to leave it at that. I've already explained the capabilities, I've explained the military dynamics. So here are my three bottom lines. First is, I expect a lot of political uncertainty in the days ahead in Kashmir. That is sadly the reality, and that is how it shall be. Number two, Kashmir sentiment is very much alive. I said the religious connect and the historical connect of the people of Kashmir remains with Pakistan. And the third is that China wants peace. China has leashed Pakistan, but peace cannot be forever. After all, India will have to sit down on the table and talk with Pakistan and China about the way forward. Thank you.